Hey guys, Hector here, and so this past Thursday I went to my very first musical concert ever, and of course it was a Babymetal concert. And so I did record a little video right at the end of the concert. I went back to the hotel and did a little video, but I was just like so amped up that it was kind of all over the place, so I felt I should kind of redo it once I got home. So first I want to talk about the whole trip. So I still don't have a driver's license. I don't really like driving in cars. And so I did get in a car from my hometown to Stockton, and it was kind of a short ride. I really did enjoy it. And then I got on a train to Oakland, which was about 2 hours. And then I got on a ferry from Oakland to San Francisco, which was only about a half an hour. And then I walked up Nob Hill about 2 miles to my hotel, which was about 3 or 4 blocks from the Regency Ballroom, which is where Babymetal was performing. The train ride was, pretty fine, but I really loved the ferry ride. That was the first time I've been on a ferry. I've been on a train a billion times, but of course the walk up the hill in San Francisco, that was super tiring. And our train was late, so we didn't get into San Francisco until around 4. I was with my mom and my aunt because they wanted to check out San Francisco too. And so by the time I walked to the hotel, it was already 5 or something like that. And I thought the concert opened up for VIP people at 6:30 because I had a VIP ticket. And they said you should be in line no later than 6:30 if you're a VIP. So I went to the place a little bit around 6:30, and apparently they're just checking IDs and doing a name roll call at 6:30, and then I got a little wristband and this laminate necklace thingy, whatever the hell. And then the VIP people also got this little towel. Seems like it's microfiber. Feels like microfiber, like what you would clean your glasses with, sort of. There's no tag on it, so I don't know what it's made out of. And then some woman was passing out these candies. It says Oadama on it. So I'm guessing it's bubblegum, maybe? I haven't opened it yet, so maybe I'll find out sometime soon. And so I thought they let the VIP people in at 6:30, and then the doors opened for everybody at 7:30, but that wasn't the case. And I waited in line because I thought we'd go in. I waited and waited. That didn't happen. A little bit after 7:30, they decided to open up the doors for the VIP people, which I was in. And then they made us go through a metal detector, take out everything from our pockets, and then patted us down and all that stuff. I really wanted to take this good camera, but they said no, only cell phone cameras are allowed. So all the video that I got was pretty bad. And I didn't even really take that much video because I just wanted to enjoy the show.
Are you ready? With Babymetal.
Oh yeah, and also when I was in line, I did meet this guy who said he saw a couple of YouTube videos of mine. I think it's the same guy who commented on one of my videos when I got back. So if it was, his name's Juan. So hey, Juan, if that's you, I'm pretty sure that was the same guy. So I was talking to him a bit in line, and he was super cool dude. And it's always awesome to meet somebody who watches my videos, and not even just somebody who watches my videos, but just other Babymetal fans. Because I was talking to as many people as I could, even people who didn't know me, but still love Babymetal, obviously, since they're in the concert. So I was just talking to as many people as I could, inside and outside the venue. Although I was a little nervous, and because anxiety and all that crap. So we got in around 7:30. VIP people, and then I bought 3 t-shirts because they had 3 different designs, and then they had just a plain black hat with the shredded Babymetal logo. I didn't get that. And then there was a long sleeve shirt, I think it might have been in zip up, of one of the t-shirt designs. It was the one with the 3 foxes on the front, or it might have been on the back. But I just got 3 t-shirts, $30 each, no tax, and it was American sizes. And then I just got a little something to eat inside, and then they want to charge freaking $4 for a bottle of water, and they don't allow you to take in water or food, so you're just stuck. And so I was just chilling around with everybody, checking out the venue, because it was a pretty small venue. I think they said the maximum capacity was like 1,500 people. You can stand up on the floor, or there were some seats in the balconies, and that's pretty much it. And a little bit later, everybody else came in, the general admission people, not the VIP people. VIP ticket was like $100. Regular tickets was like $50. And the only thing VIP people got is this little laminate, the towel, and then to get in early. And that was pretty much it. So it was kind of a rip-off in my opinion. Also, when I was outside, I met this small group of girls. And then when they went inside, because I was VIP, I don't think any of them had VIP tickets. When they came inside, I met them again, and we were talking a little bit. And I believe only one of them was like a real Babymetal fan, and then her 4 friends were just, you know, kind of supportive of her. And so we were all talking and having fun and everything, but since they weren't really fans, they like didn't really know what to expect. And so we were kind of hanging out during the entire show, and I warned some of them like, hey man, in this song, like the whole crowd's gonna crash together, and you know, just watch out. And so they were, you know, just making sure nobody was flying at them, because there were people, you know, flying all over because it was a small venue. And even on one of the songs, this guy like flew at us, and he just came out of nowhere, and his back smacked me in my face, and my nose like kind of went all off, and it hurt my nose, you know, just for a little bit, but not too much. But it was pretty surprising, and I did kind of want to get in the mosh pit, but you know, of course I wear glasses, and I can't afford to have them break on me and all that stuff. So I was like, nah, I'll just stay out of the mosh pit. And of course, it was my very first concert, so I didn't know exactly the rules and etiquette of the whole mosh pit and all that stuff. So I just kept away from that. And so I was mostly around those girls throughout the entire concert. And they were, you know, they were kind of short. And, you know, I'm still not a huge, you know, person. I'm still kind of short, but I'm saying I'm average. So I was still kind of trying to see Babymetal over other people's heads, because there were some taller people, and then they were even shorter. So I was kind of be like, hey, you know, you want me to like lift you up or something? And they're like, nah, that's fine. So I was like, okay. And so one of the girls, her name was Crystal, she took a ton of pictures and videos. And so after the show, I was talking with them again, and I was like, hey, you know, can I get those pictures and videos, and then I'll put them on this video, this, you know, vlog that I'm doing. And so she said yeah, and she was super cool about it. So pretty much any pictures or videos you see in this vlog, they're all done by Crystal. So yeah, big props to her, you know. And her friends were also super cool. I can't remember their names though. There were 4 of them, and I have a horrible memory. So the show itself was friggin' awesome. Like I said, it was my first concert ever, and the band sounded really great, and they were really loud. I was actually expecting the speakers to be way, way louder, and they were still pretty loud, but sometimes the crowd seemed louder than the speakers, and there was just only 2 sets of speakers all along the side of the stage, and that was pretty much it. But the thing is, well, first off, the show was supposed to start at 9 p.m. and it didn't start till like 9:45, or I think it was like 9:45. And the show seemed shorter than usual, like shorter than most of the Blu-rays that I've seen. And maybe it was like an hour and 15, so it was still pretty long. And they played a ton of songs, some from the new album, some from the old album. So maybe it wasn't as short as I thought because I was so into it, but it just still seemed kind of short. And just so Su Metal's voice, and we all know Moa Metal and Yui Metal's voice is pretty high pitched, but Su Metal's voice seemed even higher pitched than normal. Like, I've heard her voice so many times on the CDs and all the Blu-rays that I've had, but still hearing it in person, or maybe it was just the speakers in the San Francisco building, it seemed even higher pitched than normal. So maybe there's just like some kind of audio compression that changes her voice a little bit. Also, her voice, it was like, it sounded so much better than I expected. And because, like I said, I've heard all the CDs, I've heard all the Blu-rays and all that, and I've always said, you know, she was a pretty decent singer, but not super great. But then hearing her in person there, her voice was just so much better in person there compared to like the Blu-rays. Maybe it's because she's been practicing all these years, or maybe it's always that great and it just doesn't translate well onto Blu-ray or something. But just in person, it sounded so much better than any of the CDs and any of the Blu-rays, in my opinion. And of course, we were trying to see, you know, the girls dancing on stage, but it was pretty tough to see. We probably should have got a seat up in the balcony. But then, you know, it is kind of fun to be in the crowd and being active with the songs. But I couldn't see them that well, and we did try and push up a little, but I was just enjoying the show and enjoying the music more than actually just, you know, seeing them dancing and whatnot. Although, you know, I did see them a bit, and that is, you know, a great part of the show. But just feeling the music and hearing the music is a lot better than, you know, just seeing them, in my personal opinion. Maybe some people like seeing them more than listening to music, but just jamming out to the music. And sometimes I just had my eyes closed and, you know, was just rocking out, and it was just freaking awesome. So the show sort of ended, but then of course we called for Babymetal again and for an encore. And they came out and I think they did one more song, and I think that was when they did Ijime Dame Zettai. So they did play like 3 of my favorite songs, Megitsune, Road to Resistance, and Ijime Dame Zettai. But I was kind of hoping they play No Rain, No Rainbow, but I was hoping for it, but I didn't really expect it. And of course they didn't play it, and so it was kind of fine. Oh yeah, and also a side note, on what was it on Megitsune? Su Metal almost said Seattle instead of San Francisco, because I believe they played Seattle the night before, if not 2 nights before. So when she was, you know, speaking to the crowd, she said San Francisco. I think she just said San Francisco instead of San Francisco throughout the show. But it was still a freaking awesome show. And then after the show, once it all ended, I just, you know, was talking with everybody, and we took some more pictures, and the security was like, all right, you guys gotta get out of here and everything like that. And we're like, all right, whatever. So we were talking a little bit outside the venue too, and then I just took off and went to my hotel, and just, well, like I said, I tried to record a video at that time, but when I played it back, it was just all over the place. Oh yeah, and also, when I was in the elevator on the way up to my hotel, I ran into that guy that I met in the line again. And then we just talked like really quick because he was only going up like 1 or 2 floors to the garage. So I met up with him again, and I was like, hey, you know, it was a great show, because I told him it was my very first show too. And so I was like, yeah, it was freaking awesome. And then so he took off, and then like right after that, there's this woman in the elevator, and she was also like, hey, so you're, that guy on YouTube? And I was like, yeah, that's me. And she's like, oh yeah, I just saw some of your videos recently. And so 2 people recognized me, which was pretty awesome. But again, you know, it's not all about, you know, being recognized. I just love talking to all those people who love Babymetal too, because I didn't just talk to those 2 people. I talked to that whole group of girls. I talked to like some other dude who's behind me, and I don't know if it was his girlfriend or his wife. I just talked to a bunch of people, and we weren't even just talking about Babymetal. We're talking about other Japanese bands too. And I was telling them about Bandmate and Scandal, and I think oh yeah, because somebody commented on one of my videos and said to check out Bridear. I think that was her name, Bridear. And so I have checked them out a little bit, and they're a pretty awesome band too. So I was recommending them to other people, and I think somebody told me to check out like Milk Banana or something like that. I haven't really checked them out, but yeah, so that was just a super weird name. I'm probably gonna check them out. But it was a friggin' awesome show, as I said like 3 times, and the first concert ever. I wasn't entirely sure what to expect. I was kind of expecting some stuff. Again, I was expecting the music to be even louder, and it was still loud, but the crowd just seemed so much louder, and I had to like yell to other people that were like right there. And then after the show, I remembered hearing something online like, if you want to speak to somebody, you're supposed to put your finger in their ear and then speak, and then like I guess the vibrations go through your hand or something. That's what I've heard, but I haven't tried it. That should have been the perfect time to try it, although it probably would have been weird to do that to somebody you just met, so probably would have been weird. Probably shouldn't have tried it, even if I did remember. But right after the show, my ears were like all fuzzy. They weren't really ringing, but they were kind of fuzzy. And then by the next day, it was pretty fine. And right now it's like 2 days after the show. So yeah, and my hearing's totally fine. Usually see like on TV people who go to a concert and then they like can't hear at all for like the longest time, and their voices are gone. I was yelling. My voices were a little fuzzy, but my ears were a little fuzzy, but they're totally fine now. My voice never cut out or anything like that. So yeah, maybe that's just all a stereotype or something for TV. But I would love to see Babymetal in concert again, but it's gonna be pretty tough to ever see them and to make my way to them, because like I said, I don't really like getting in cars and doing all that junk, and so I do trains and I walk and bike, and ferry's totally fine with me. I would love to see Babymetal in concert in Japan, where it's a huge venue, not just my small little Regency Ballroom venue of like 1,500 people max. But I don't know if I'll ever get the chance to see Babymetal in Japan in a like 10,000 capacity room or whatever they have. But maybe someday, and then they'll have all the pyro and all that stuff, because just in our ballroom they just had lighting. But at least the lighting was great. You know, they had the reds and then the white strobe and all that stuff, but no pyro, no sparks, no fire, none of that. But whatever. So yeah, that's just my whole vlog on Babymetal and my first concert ever, and going to San Francisco and everything. So yeah, I guess you can thumbs up this video if you liked it, I guess. And again, props to Crystal for providing the pictures and the videos and all that stuff. The only video I really took was just a little intro when Babymetal first came out, and then I did a really short clip of what was the song? Metataro. So yeah, and you can also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more otaku related stuff. Sometimes I do vlogs, sometimes I do product reviews, various things, cosplay, anime, Babymetal, and just a bunch of other junk. So yeah, and as always, don't be afraid to be an otaku.